And David, why are Indians worried about the sale of Chinese subs to Pakistan?
Well, look, there are two reasons why they'd be concerned. One is because Pakistan is going to more than double its number of submarines, so that's going to be, you know, an issue for India, which wants to control the Indian Ocean. But probably more importantly is the fact that the Pakistanis have already said publicly that they want to actually develop a sea-borne nuclear deterrent. Now, that means that they would actually be able to put a missile onto one of those subs tipped with a nuclear warhead and then be able to actually fire that. Now, the thing is, they can't do that immediately because in a conventional submarine, it only has these torpedo tubes. And mostly, for a nuclear warhead, they're shot out of a ballistic vertical tube. But the Israeli army has actually, or Navy, has actually developed a nuclear missile that can be fired out of a submarine tube if the sub's on the surface. And that's what the concern is, because China was instrumental in providing the technology to give Pakistan the nuclear warheads and nuclear weapons way back in the 80s already. So that's why the Indians are concerned about that. And many people concerned about the proliferation of sea-borne nuclear weapons in the Indian Ocean, because the Indians are also trying to develop the same thing.
Of course, and it's just ramping up the tensions, no doubt. But there is also an economic border that China and Pakistan plan to
yeah, this is the corridor. That's right.
Gwadar province?
Gwadar is the port, which is a Chinese-funded port. And the idea is that the Chinese will be able to have a corridor that goes from Tianjin in China all the way down through Pakistan to Gwadar, and that would actually allow them to bring oil over the Indian Ocean, go to Gwadar, and then ship the oil straight into India, without actually into China, without having to go via the Malacca Straits, which could be an issue because they could be closed if there was some tensions. But the Indians are particularly concerned about what's happening there, because they're worried that Gwadar could potentially be turned into a Chinese naval base. Now, the Chinese have denied that that's what they want to do, but we have seen a lot of Chinese activity in the Indian Ocean. Think about the submarines that we saw in Colombo and Sri Lanka.
But it does
so that's
give them
also
access.
a concern. So it gives them access, absolutely.